What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 64 of the XtraSlice, brought to you by the Chiefy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the mayor of Stardew Valley and Eorzea, Chris Montalbano.
What's up, everybody?
We got the most generous squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
If she's strong enough to lift an ox, I'm trying to eat the box.
And we got the Akatsuki Durag with Drew Devon.
Oh, that was great. But yeah, I'm checking in. The dual blade cultist over here.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about Apex Legends Season 9 having Titanfall content. We're going to be talking about the people participating in E3 this year. And we're going to be talking about MLB The Show, a PlayStation first-party game coming to Xbox Game Pass. Oof. Chris, you're looking confused. Why are you confused?
I didn't think MLB The Show would go to Game Pass.
Well, yeah, so we talked about
Apparently
this.
it's Sony's idea?
No, it's MLB's idea. Microsoft went to MLB, so all the ads for this have been crazy because it's like the Xbox logo and then the PlayStation Studios logo. But MLB went to PlayStation last year and said, hey, either you make MLB The Show multi-platform, or we're going to license it out to somebody else. Like, we're going to work with another developer and get MLB The Show on other consoles and platforms. So, basically, Sony being painted into a corner. This year, MLB The Show 21 is coming out on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X. The interesting thing is, we knew this was happening. It's $60 on PS4, $70 on PS5, and we were assuming it would be $60 or $70 for the Xbox Smart Delivery version. But it seems like Xbox went to MLB, who's publishing the game on Xbox platforms, and said, hey, why don't we just put it on Game Pass? Like, whatever argument they made for Game Pass, like day one, minute one, Game Pass on Xbox. Even though it's Sony San Diego making the game still, it's when you there's a PlayStation logo on the box of that game, even on Xbox. When you boot up that game, the PlayStation Studios, whoosh, with the sacred symbols and all that, is going to be on Xbox. So it's going to be really fucking wild to see.
That's kind of lit.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, for me, I don't really particularly care about MLB The Show as a first-party game. I know it sells really well. I know, it sells... It sells PlayStation consoles. That's one of the things for the last 2 generations, PlayStation has leaned on the fact that, hey, we have the only licensed MLB game in the industry, and you have to come to PlayStation to play it. And there were people who bought PS3s, PS4s. It was on Vita, and it sold Vitas. That's how diehard the MLB audience is as far as these games go. It's like the NBA 2K, the people who are playing 2K and Madden every year, there's a MLB sector that's playing MLB The Show every year and taking part of the microtransactions, and it sells really well.
Yeah, it's huge because a lot of people are into it because of the RPG elements, and then there are people that are into it because
there's RPG elements.
Oh yeah.
What is?
No, yeah, it's like a RPG fucking baseball simulator, manager simulator type shit.
I mean, I get
it goes pretty deep.
It's pretty much everything people
Madden
wanted out of
wishes it was?
FIFA without the microtransactions.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, it has microtransactions. There's a Diamond Dynasty mode that is on the level of FIFA Ultimate Team and all these other sport.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, MLB The Show, the difference was it's a first-party PlayStation game, so PlayStation was putting in the time and energy and budget to make it high production, so it could look good as one of the staples of PlayStation first-party. So it definitely has microtransactions, and that seems to be what Xbox pitched to PlayStation about. Not even PlayStation, the MLB, about getting it on Game Pass. Is like, hey, we'll give you this game for free. Like, we'll give it to our players for free so they can engage in the microtransactions. So at the end of the day, the MLB will make out on top.
I mean, do they not get incentive for putting their game on Game Pass?
They do, but it's not as much as if they sold that game for $60, $70 a copy.
Okay,
I mean,
so question.
Well, what if somebody... I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mature.
Oh, no, you good.
What if somebody had that game for, say, over a year or so? They're getting it for how long you've had that game on your console through Game Pass. Does that not give them incentive enough?
Well, that...
I don't know if it works like fucking like Spotify, amount of times you play that game through Game Pass.
No, it doesn't work like that. They like Xbox approaches a publisher and it's like PlayStation Plus. It's like, hey, your game is estimated to sell X amount of copies. We're going to give you a lump sum of cash so that we can just add it to our service so we get more subscribers on our service. It's not like Rocket League.
So they pay them.
Yes,
and then
Xbox
they put it on there, and then they get paid.
Yes. So the way it works, Xbox is charging their users between $10 and $15 a month, depending on like what tier of Game Pass you have. Right. Xbox is then going to publishers like Square Enix. They did this with Outriders. They've done this with other games of getting like third-party games day one on Game Pass. So they go to them and they're like, hey, we're going to give you X amount of dollars so it can just be on Game Pass so that our subscribers keep paying us a set amount of money every single month. And this is just making it more enticing for more people. Like, so, and they pay them, and then it's on Game Pass, but it's also available for sale. So people will go in and pay the amount of money that they need to pay to get the game, or just download it on Game Pass. But once that money's paid out up front, there's no way for Xbox to then go and be like, oh, we're going to add on, we're going to give you more money because more people played this game, you know? But the way publishers can make money on the back end, especially in sports games like this or games with microtransactions, is by, okay, somebody downloaded MLB The Show for free and then spent $300 on microtransactions in the game. The Xbox only gets their like 30% of that cut because they're processing the transactions through Xbox, but they're not making like anywhere near the amount of money that the publishers would then be making off of those microtransactions.
Okay, I mean that makes sense. I just didn't know because a lot of the Game Pass games don't have microtransactions, so I didn't know how that necessarily worked.
But some of them do. Like, so if you really look at stuff like Forza, stuff like Gears, they have in-game shops that after the game comes out, they're making additional money on top of it. And like I know smaller indie stuff like After Party, or even stuff like Monster Hunter or Nier, stuff that's not really like microtransaction focused. Yeah, they just go to Square or Capcom or whoever and say, hey, here's this money. We want to put this game on Game Pass. It's going to get it in front of a bunch of people. And it's also going to make it, like, it helps with word of mouth as far as we all heard about After Party, for the most part, from Xbox. And, like, I bought it on PlayStation. So,
I mean, I heard it from Xbox and bought it on PC.
I was already excited about After Party. Like I remember seeing it a while back, and I wanted to play it, but having those people on Xbox saying, "Oh yeah, this shit's fine, this shit's good," it's like,
Right.
all right,
And, like Master Chief Collection is another one
Oh.
that's on Game Pass, but I got it on Steam. And so yeah, it's just kind of Xbox seems to be playing it smart with the things they're getting for Game Pass cuz they're going out to big AAA publishers and they're also going out for the small indie guys cuz like people are saying and they said this about PlayStation Plus as well. It's like we could put our game out and not involve it in Game Pass or PlayStation Plus or any of these other services and we just have to hope it sells, or we could get approached by these people, make up the money we spent, like at least get our game into the black, like as far as
Into the what, brother?
you know, the black, where every game wants to be. But
about
yeah, they could go get these developers, like, because even the Epic Game Store, some of these things, they're like, hey, you spent X amount of dollars developing this game. We're just going to give you that money back so you are already in the clear, and we're going to offer it for free on the Epic Game Store. And that has significantly helped a lot of developers be able to continue making games because they have that, like, chunk of money coming in. So yeah, that's one of the things. PlayStation really doesn't have an answer to this, and it's kind of crazy that this is a PlayStation first-party title that's coming to Xbox and will be on Game Pass absolutely for free. So, if you're a big MLB fan and you're on the PlayStation side, it doesn't even have a free upgrade. That's the other crazy thing. Like, you can either buy it for PS4 on 60 or buy it on PS5 for 70, or it's like $100 edition that comes with both versions because it has cross-play and cross-progression. So
Get it on Xbox.
yeah, honestly, like, I'm not a MLB The Show guy. Like, I've gotten some of them for free through PlayStation Plus over the
Okay,
years.
so this goes to my point. When do you think we're going to get it on PlayStation Plus? You think they're just going to say fuck it?
I don't
and
think
do
so.
it?
Because they
You
would
don't
have
think
had to. The thing is, they're already selling pre-orders for it, so they don't want to burn the people who've spent $60, $70, $100 on this game already, and then put it on PlayStation Plus. You know, like I'd say maybe 6 months to a year down the road, we get it. But as far as on launch day, it's not gonna be PlayStation Plus.
And this is the year you want to get MLB. The Braves were actually good last year. They didn't win anything, but they were good last year.
I'm glad you're keeping up with this, Chris, because I couldn't tell you what the Braves have done ever.
Hey, I got to keep up with Atlanta sports. I know what happened in 2016.
What happened in 2016? Enlighten me, because fuck. Oh, was that the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay. I know what
But-
happened in 2016.
But Atlanta United won. What was that, like a year later?
2018, motherfucker. They went to the championship the year after, and then 2018 actually won. Like within the first 2 years of them.
Yeah.
Just,
Feels good. Feels good.
Like, hey, look
Hey.
at y'all.
I almost said rise up, but that's not Atlanta United thing. That's a Falcons thing.
No, their thing is a bunch of Spanish chants. I don't know. What
Unite and conquer, I think.
I don't know. I think that's what the white people say.
Yeah, that sounds
Look at
pretty.
their
That
actual-
sounds like colonialism.
Yeah, when you go to football games, you're speaking Spanish half the time when you're doing chants. It's kind of tight.
Yeah, I mean, as somebody who worked at the stadium, yeah, I definitely,
Slinging them brewskis.
yep, sold beers to a lot of Hispanic guys who were real cool. They were all, up there and drinking and enjoying the game, and made me enjoy the game by proxy because I was enjoying it and making money at the same time. So
There you go.
Fucking slams.
incentivized. All right.
I do want to go to another Atlanta United game.
Yeah, I mean,
Y'all,
It's
let's
been years.
fucking go. I'm down. I don't even need. We can be in the 300s. I don't care. Let's go.
I'm down for it. Speaking of 300s, there won't be that many people at E3 this year because they've changed their name from the Electronics Entertainment Expo to the Electronic Entertainment Experience, and it's going completely online this year.
What does the 3 stand for?
It's 3 E's, like EEE, like E3.
Electronic
fun. This is my
entertainment.
last
It
day
used
on
to be
the,
an expo,
TV
but now it's an
Controller podcast.
experience.
Right. And so the interesting thing is they opened it to the public a few years ago. COVID happened and they had to cancel it last year. And we had the Summer Game Fest, but this year they're doing an entirely online thing. And the interesting thing about me this year is the names of people who've already signed up. We have, so it's going to be June 12th through June 15th. Free virtual tickets, so they're not pulling a blizzard and charging you to watch everything.
Yo, that's gonna be that might be kind of lit.
Yeah, it's
for
gonna be.
us.
Yeah, we're gonna be vaccinated.
For games journalists, it's gonna be kind of lit / busy, but
Right. So the companies that have already signed on, we have Nintendo, Xbox, Capcom, Konami, Ubisoft, Take-Two, and Warner Brothers. So big thing. Sony's still not
Warner
a part
Brothers?
of it.
Hold on.
Kaiju fighting
Konami?
game.
What is Konami doing?
Nah, it's
We-
that new Batman, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, they have 2 Batman games coming out,
Those are the obvious answers, right?
and
But
they
Kaiju
have.
fighting game.
Where is Silent Hill?
I mean, we
Where it
really.
belongs. In silence.
The interesting thing is we're going into this E3 with, like, we haven't had Sony for a few years now. Like, Sony was just kind of like, after they did that big year of all the, like, the Ghost of Tsushima thing and the Last of Us thing and the Spider-Man, they had like 4 games that year, and after that they were just like, fuck it, we're out. And have been selling like crazy. They've been selling systems. They've been selling games. Like, the PS5 is impossible to stay in stock. I mean, the Xbox Series X and S also to a certain extent, but I just don't feel like the fervor is the same around those consoles the way it is around the PS5.
Yeah. Nobody makes memes about getting the Xbox. People make memes about getting a PlayStation. If you control the memes, you control the masses. It's simple.
That's true.
This man out here spitting.
That's why 3080 is the master race.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen more memes about getting a 3080 than I have about getting an Xbox Series X. And that's some real shit. So, I mean, as far as the companies that are going to be there, Nintendo, we have Breath of the Wild 2, we have a lot of big games from Nintendo, and the way Nintendo has handled E3 recently has been, we're going to have one big game that's our focus, and then there'll be other stuff that we announce, like, kind of throughout, and I mean, I'm sure they're going to just have a Nintendo Direct for that, and we're going to get, like, Nintendo doesn't have to sell anybody on a Switch, because the Switch is just fucking selling with nothing. Like, I mean, it has Monster Hunter Rise right now, and that's selling, but that's not Nintendo first party. That's not Nintendo pushing a game.
Fucking selling though.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Monster Hunter Rise has sold over 5 million units already, making it the fastest selling Monster Hunter game in history already. So we're on track to outpace Monster Hunter World.
When you're on a console that has nothing else on it.
But I mean,
I would. Yeah, you can't say that.
Yeah, the Switch has a fucking library, Chris.
Okay, I want to just go back.
Amongst that library, there's games that you can sink thousands of hours into.
Like you guys were literally just saying the Switch was selling with nothing on it, and then saying except for Monster Hunter Rise, and then I say, oh, Monster Hunter Rise is selling because it's the only thing the Switch got, and then you get defensive. I don't want to hear this shit.
I'm just saying, like, a lot of people who are buying Switches right now
Play
are
Astral
buying.
Chain.
Switch though.
Right, Chris, you
There's
bought
some
2
pressure on the
Switches.
Switch.
I bought.
Did you buy those for Resident Evil? Did you buy those for Monster Hunter?
I bought those for Smash Bros because we were playing Smash Bros like a motherfucker.
I'm down for some Smash Bros. Like, if you really want to run some, like Pyra and Mithra, they kind of hit. Like, I kind of gave them a try. I've given them a few tries since they came out. Yeah, they've been out for like weeks, if not.
To be fair, I really wish we never went into that not Monster Hunter, Smash Bros tournament because that literally ruined the game for us. We stopped.
I've picked it back up.
No,
I've
I
had
believe
casual.
the releases came out and ruined that. That's what happened with that.
And then also we.
I don't feel like Smash Bros has been ruined whatsoever because I can still have fun in a casual setting. Win, lose,
I'm cool.
draw.
I'm cool with
like,
Smash.
yeah.
What took the Smash needle out of my arm was putting in the Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is on Switch, Chris. Which is on Switch. It has high replayability. That came and took my time. That took me off of Smash Brothers. I would go back just to be a monster with fucking Zelda. But, you know, slowly that waned, and then we went to, I guess what, like Iceborne came out? What's time, right? My whole timetable's fucked up, but like that's right.
Yeah.
I'll take being the villain for Switch so you guys can tell everybody what's on Switch.
Astral Chain.
Smash Bros,
All you cowards need to
Astral
play
Chain.
Astral Chain.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Actually, I did play
Animal Crossing.
Animal
recently.
Crossing.
It's pretty tight.
Smash.
That's pretty tight.
There we
Mario
go.
3D All Stars. If you're like me and never played any of those games, even though you can't buy it anymore.
Fate Excel if you want to get into Fate.
I have that game on PS4.
Right.
That's not a Switch exclusive.
SMT 3 is on the way. SMT 5 is coming after that.
Spitting right there.
Come on.
Now we're talking.
Octopath Traveler.
That's
Well,
on
granted, it's
Xbox.
on
Yeah, that's on
Steam
Game
now.
Pass.
And Xbox. Is it not on PlayStation yet?
No. Yeah, I'm
Yo,
kind of
that's
waiting
weird.
on that.
Yo,
That
what if they make that a PlayStation Plus game?
Would you actually beat it now?
No, that's not gonna happen. I've been playing it again a little bit, but then Rise came out, so
yeah, like I
That's
had
all I
it in
play.
my Switch, and I was like, hey, you know, I might be into this for a little while to wait for Rise, but then I just started playing GU, and yeah, Monster Hunter, man. Fucking, I'm 60 hours into Rise. We got a squad sessions coming up. I check it out, but I won't get too deep into Rise. But yeah, I've beaten Rise. I've done all the village quests in the game. I'm working on doing all the hub quests in the game. I have all the amiibos now, and I got my beautiful Pro controller. So it's just Monster Hunter Rise is in a really good spot. Like, I'm excited to see what they add in this April update, but yeah, I see Bakemono VR in the chat asking if Astral Chain is any good. So Madrid, I'll give you your Astral Chain minute before we get back to this E3 news.
okay. Astral Chain minute. All right. So boom, Astral Chain is like one of few IPs that handles cops the right way. I fucking abolish the police. I don't fuck with them. But dear God, being a cop in this game is so much fucking fun.
It's Platinum Games.
It's Platinum Games. It's like people who worked on Bayonetta, people who've worked on Nier. They're delivering that same level of like
Yeah, you definitely.
combat and playstyle just on the Switch. But there's a few, you know, oh my God, I'm using Joy-Cons here, do this weird shit. But besides that, it's a fucking banger. The story, it's pretty solid. You know, the final boss fight is phenomenal. The use of the legions turn you into a fucking stand user with 5 stands. Nutty. It goes from Bayonetta style combat to Devil May Cry style combat. And there's puzzles.
So yeah,
What more can you? What more can you want? And the music is fucking fire.
Where's my Switch?
Also, Marie, just look up Marie. And
wait,
then go
has
play.
that game not gone on sale? Are they really doing
It
this?
has. It's not. It's probably not on sale right now, but it has gone on sale before.
All right, y'all, fill time while I deal with these dogs.
All right. What's good, Rupees? You said Bayonetta, you're sold. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, isn't it a platinum game?
I know. Hold
It's
on.
a platinum game. That's not Legend of Korra.
I know you guys are going to get into Rise, and I want y'all's take before I get Anton's take. Anton consistently says that this game isn't complete. How do you guys feel about that?
Okay.
Because I know
feel that
Galen will go
Monster
off
Hunter
about
Rise-
an incomplete game in a
No,
heartbeat.
actually, Monster Hunter Rise on its own is a complete package. Like, the game that is sold to you is a complete
I like that.
thing. There is just more that they're... But it's not... It's one of those... This is a game that's coming within, an extra year or so of extra content that they plan on making. But it's still
For
a
free.
full
But is that
40
year
to
of content
60 hour
free?
game
Yes.
on its own.
All the
Okay.
the only thing you can pay for in Monster Hunter right now is cosmetic. It's all layered armor. It's all completely useless if you're just playing the game, you know?
Okay.
But yes, the year of content until they do an G rank version, an ultimate version, a Iceborne kind of version, all of that's completely free. Go ahead, Joe.
It's a complete, like, I'm making my way through it. I'm taking it a couple of hunts at a time, doing some village quests, doing some hub quests, but it's a
You're
complete
pacing
game.
yourself.
It's a complete game within itself. Like, it's not like those live service games where it's clearly unfinished, or it's just Cyberpunk, which wasn't finished remotely.
Yeah, I'm not.
This is just a finished product, and the developers are like, yeah, we're just not done with it yet.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, like, because I know World had in-game playability up the ass, according to you guys.
Yeah, it did.
But I'm feeling what I'm hearing from you guys that or at least Anton, because he's 60 hours in, it doesn't have that.
It
Okay,
doesn't have, like,
here's
whatever. And
here's where I think the difference is going to come in, because with Monster Hunter World, I feel like with the first update, we got some stuff, but we didn't get like a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I know what was the first update like?
Devil Joe.
Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, we got one monster. So this update that's coming at the end of April is talking about multiple monsters.
At least 3
that's
so
fine.
far.
Right, so they're gonna just keep dumping like bigger chunks of content on us, and that makes it more digestible. You know, that brings in different elements. That's also good for like the meta, because introducing new monsters is going to change it. So right now they want to let these monsters kind of like get their time to shine, and where it's at. If you're not running a certain build, you know, there's plenty of other options for you.
Yeah, that is the
It's
thing.
pretty fucking balanced right now.
Unlike
which is nice.
World, where when we got to Endgame, there was a meta and there were certain monsters you needed to hunt, and then other stuff was kind of a waste of time. In World right now, with how it is set up with just high rank, there's a plethora of stuff you can experiment with. Like, I'm going after this gear set right now that has wide range and free meal, just so I can be a support greatsword in a better way than I was ever able to be in GU or World at any point.
That's tight.
Oh, and also the silk bug mechanics are really, really satisfying. I picked up hammer again. It's just like, oh, I'm a flying hammer of death now.
All right. So I wouldn't call this game incomplete. It may be a little more content light compared to other Monster Hunter games, but Anton, you said you beat this in 60 hours?
That's pretty good.
I mean, that...
Come on.
It wasn't 60
That's-
hours to beat it. I'd say it's closer to 30, 40 hours to beat it, but I've had
That's
stuff
still
to
a lot
do,
of fucking time.
and I've had things to chase. Like, that is the
Right.
thing. The end, like, we don't have true endgame because there are like no Elder Dragons in this. You know, like there are things that, and I feel like World had me spoiled because World had a really long development cycle, and by the time World came out, they had a lot of this stuff. But I feel like if you're concerned about playing Monster Hunter Rise, is the fact that it's incomplete. If you start right now, you probably won't have the game beat by the time they add the next chunk of content. And by the time you beat the game and get through that content, there'll be another chunk of content coming out. And that's the thing of, like...
Feasting!
Yeah, Monster Hunter, like, it's a really good game, and the reason I'm playing it is not for necessarily the game as much as, because I can't get any goddamn Kimura tickets. I've been fucking trying to get Kimura tickets for days now, and I can't get a single goddamn one. But the reason I'm playing right now is because, like, I was playing with Mr. Avematic, friend of the podcast, helping him
You gotta give an offering to RNGesus.
What you want? You want my pinky finger so I can get this goddamn set? I'll give you a pinky finger for 6 Kimura tickets.
No.
I was gonna say you can make an offering of like some wine or
Yeah, buy a goat.
piece of piece of food.
Anything.
I'll pour one out for the Kimura tickets that I haven't gotten.
If your pinky's what you want to lose, hey, I'm not here to stop you.
That's how desperate I am for.
It's your heavenly contract, You don't want to break your binding oath.
That's fair.
But yeah, Chris.
I do like the sound of that. Like, it almost feels, because the only thing I can, I guess, technically compare it to is 14. Is like, you got your base content, which is a solid amount of content. I mean, 40 hours is pretty damn good. And
right. I beat Realm Reborn in less time than it took me to beat Rise. So there is that as far as a base.
I mean, did you go into all of Realm Reborn and do all of the Realm Reborn? You did. I know you did. You did the, like, Alliance raid and everything too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So, like, that with that, and then you also get your, like, 1.2s and all, you get your little, like, updates that add more to this until an expansion comes out. So you're consistently getting content.
We're waiting on our literal 1.2 update for Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah,
like, we're getting that this month. It's literally our 1.2 update.
I do like that, because when I heard you talking about this the other day about, like, I mean, I don't know, it kind of feels incomplete. I guess I didn't realize what else came with it in the next couple weeks. That's tight. I think that's great for a game that deserves it. Like, I was really hoping Capcom wasn't doing something bad to the consumer of Monster Hunter, because they did so great with World. Then why would you ruin this for a Switch game?
It's not ruined in any sense. Like, that's the thing. This
Also, I would like to toss in the idea that I will say, while World was... The thing about it is, in my opinion, pre-World, Monster Hunter was always a handheld game.
Yep.
In my opinion, like, pre-World.
I mean, it was, like, after Monster Hunter DOS, it went exclusively handheld for a really long time.
So it's one of those things where it's like, by going from handheld to console, then back to Switch, you're not really hurting the game or the franchise. You're kind of like
going back to its
you
roots.
rented out a nice spot for the show, and now you're back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the other thing about this game. World really felt like a console game. Rise feels like a portable game in the sense that you don't have to look for tracks. You don't have to wait to watch cutscenes to play with your friends. Like, a lot of that stuff that was like a barrier of us just hopping into a hunt, beating the shit out of a monster, like... The time from literally accepting a quest to all your friends being in the quest to all of you out on that hunt to all of you beating on that monster it's like a quarter of the amount of time it takes to get going.
I might play Monster Hunter.
Yes? I mean, if you get it, like, if you're off tomorrow, I will fucking get in there with you, and we will give you Monster Hunter boot camp. Because Jalen's not that far. Jalen's still in low rank. He's been taking it really, really slow. And then me and Madrid have both technically beat the game. But there's still stuff. Like, there are reasons for me to go back to
am
low.
a monster. I have the helmet. I'm capped.
Yep.
Let's fucking go.
And that's the thing. All of these hunts that we're doing are when the HR cap isn't removed at all. So you can get to up to HR 7, which is extremely low in the grand scheme of things. Like, it goes up to 999. Like, that's the highest hunter rank you can get. The fact that they've capped everybody at hunter rank 7, all of these hunts are presumably, and I mean, just judging by how they've done it in Monster Hunter games previously, all of these are just building up. So when they release the cap, we're just all going to jump several fucking hunter levels, like dozens and dozens of hunter levels. And I mean, that's fine with me. Like, right now it feels good because we can't get, overpowered for what we're doing. So even these high rank hunts that we were doing with Ave, I got carded once. It's not like I'm just like some overbearing god that just fucking stomps my way through the game. Like, I still have to play the game in an enjoyable way. And then even when they release the cap, it seems like what they're going to give us in April is going to be a legitimate challenge. And it might be another cap that we hit. Like, we might go from 7 to 15 or even 20, like something like that, and then have to overcome that stuff and then kind of keep going.
Grow.
Yeah. So, whereas like Final Fantasy 14 to kind of like encapsulate that, like Final Fantasy 14, I came in late and I've been kind of over leveled for this stuff, but I still have challenges in dungeons because of level syncing. I still have challenges in the Alliance raid, even though the Alliance raids have kind of gotten broken in that game because people just like, fuck it, we're in an Alliance raid, let's just go and murder everything.
Oh, it's not until you do like the Stormblood Alliance raids that are like, all right, the mechanics of this actually matter. The other, like,
I haven't even done the heavens work
like, half the mechanics for Crystal Towers doesn't matter anymore. We just kill everything fast. And then what's the other one? Heaven's Ward isn't that bad either. So it's like Stormblood's when the Alliance raids actually start hitting really hard.
I mean, we got coming up in like 6 days from recording, we have 5.5 hitting, which is going to give the PS5 version. And so, as far as with 14, like, I have my game time card behind me still. I'm going to put that shit in. Like, I think I'm out of game time right now, but I'm going to just put in some game time, get the PS5 beta, play that, try and get to the Monster Hunter content in Stormblood, because...
Let's do it.
Yeah, I wanted to get to it before Rise, but fucking Stormblood's just long. Stormblood is long and talkative.
Stormblood is long as shit. Like,
Yes,
I'm at the last, I got like 15 something quests yet. I'm just like, let's run this man's shit already. Like, I kind of care,
out is
but...
How far out is Endwalker?
Endwalker?
Fall.
Shadowbringers.
No, he's talking about from now, like, as far as time.
Yeah,
And
the release date.
we don't have an exact release date. We might get it mid-May.
Mid-May.
But
I think
it's
gonna be in
fall.
September.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be in September, fall? Okay.
August,
all right. I'm trying to
September.
think, do I have enough time
I know
to catch up?
That's when Shadowbringers came out, was like in September 2 years ago.
Yeah, and I mean, they've kind of had like a 2-year, every 2 years, it'll be like an August, late July, August, September time frame. And I mean, it seems like they were impacted by COVID, but that just kind of slowed down their like intermittent releases, like the post game, like the 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4. And I mean, it looks like they're doing 5.5 in 2 parts, which they haven't done since The Realm Reborn. Of like doing a 5.5 and then a 5.55. So yeah, my estimate, September sounds good. I'm just gonna say fall to give it like that window, but we'll know halfway through May. Whenever FanFest happens, I think we'll know the other DPS class that's gonna hit, and we're also gonna know the release date.
Let's go Rune Knight.
Look, I'm just here for Sage. I'm ready to go. Like,
Oh yeah.
I say I'm
Sage
ready to
looks
go, still
sick.
gotta finish
Yeah, my
Stormblood.
gunbreaker's ready to go. My warrior's ready to go. Like I'm
What
ready.
level are they?
They are both 71.
Okay, cool.
So
Mm.
by the time I finish all of Stormblood and Shadowbringers and post game Stormblood, Shadowbringers and post game Shadowbringers, I'll be ready for Endwalker.
Yeah, my little scholar, she gonna be ready. She gonna be
Should.
ready. I think the last time I played, I was right around. I think I was about to hit 50.
Yeah, so you're about where I was at
Maybe I was a little higher.
when I finished Realm Reborn. So
Yeah, I'm getting there. I think I just the last major thing I did was beat Garuda.
oh yeah, you were there. You are on the
Yeah.
fucking edge.
Can taste it. I wonder if I have any game time left. I doubt it.
You got game time after me, so you probably have like a week.
You should play.
Yeah, I was about to say I got a couple days for real.
I'll play tonight if you play tonight.
Chris, you're getting on Monster Hunter with us tonight. You ain't
Yeah, you're
I
gonna want some of the
the
months.
game, man. I get paid 2 days from now.
okay. Fine. I would bring you my physical copy, but I don't feel like driving a Decatur. I've been drinking, so I'm not gonna.
Be
It
responsible.
can't was greater.
This is Cheesy Controller Podcast. Drink responsibly.
Yes.
Don't drive.
Yeah, y'all should still be staying in the house. So drink there.
Very
He's like,
true.
Stay
yeah,
there.
no one should be going anywhere.
The amount of
Yeah.
times I've shown up to Chris's house with a mask on, stayed 6 feet away, and given him shit.
It's
Yeah.
fun. Sad, but nice.
But yeah, you're not pulling up and out.
And
just
I'm fully vaccinated. All of y'all have your first shots. Like I mean, brains.
fighting it.
The third leg.
I've been
is growing.
craving it.
What?
Okay,
Hold on. What?
I said the third leg is growing.
somebody's been watching the
And that's why everyone
boys.
should get their COVID shots.
Get the stimmy, get the vacky. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Yo, what'd y'all get? Yo, I got that fire.
I got that fire as well.
Got that fire.
Same, my dude.
I got that 5. You know,
You got that. Oh shit, we all team
Pfizer squad.
Pfizer squad.
I was looking for like a vaccinated squad thing when I put in that in the Discord that fuck COVID-19. All my homies hate COVID-19. I was looking for like a vaccinated squad image, but nobody had made a shit post at that level yet. So
Not yet.
speaking of which, I had a great idea for a shit post today. I was gonna make Lelouch the baby because you know it's Lelouch de Bretagne. Like I was just gonna have Lelouch like. I was gonna find an image of him holding his head and replace his head and his hands with the baby album cover. It was gonna be fucking great. But yeah, like back to the news is actually important.
For some reason, you just have to remember every the baby meme is just a little bit racist.
I feel like if I were to create it, it wouldn't be racist just because, like,
No, it's fine. But I'm just saying, you just got to know that somehow, some way, it's rooted in racism.
Can I ask why? For educational purpose.
Because it's the baby.
yeah,
of all
they
people,
they
right?
they just think it's funny because he's a
Like,
funny black guy. Like,
because he's a black guy.
Who is the baby?
you don't.
no. The rapper Bob.
I needed some shit with some bop in it. The Let's Go.
Let's go.
the rapper with only one flow.
Pistol on my head like
Yeah,
I'm
he
a
really
cop.
has the one flow. Pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. Yeah. No, whatever.
I really need.
I'm gonna
You
send
never-
you some DaBaby music because
No, Chris, you'll know it when you hear it.
yeah, you'll hear
you're
it.
gonna know it. You're like, oh, that's the baby. Not to be confused with Lil Baby.
Yeah, Lil Baby and DaBaby, two very different people. I fucks with DaBaby way harder than I fuck with Lil
Chris,
Baby.
You know Lil Baby. Nah, I fuck with Lil Baby. The
Yeah,
strong
I fuck with Lil Baby more than I fuck with Da Baby.
straight up.
You know,
in
it's
this
a
baby battle, I would go. I'd
Baby
go Lil
battle.
Baby battle.
I hope y'all know that's the episode name now.
Oh no, it's yeah. As soon as I said it, I was like, "Fuck!" There it is.
But yeah, in the battle of the babies, DaBaby, I'm going with him just because, like,
See, the internet's gonna go for him too because of the memes.
I'm going for him. Like, I'm aware that Lil Baby has more than one flow. He can spit, but DaBaby, he just has kind of.
hoop, though. He cannot hoop.
Oh,
That-
He cannot hoop though. He cannot hoop
that
though.
has been confirmed.
For me, DaBaby
that
just
matter
reminds me of
in
Eric.
hip-hop?
Like, growing
I mean,
up
if you're
and
gonna-
being friends with Eric, like, DaBaby is just Eric. Like, on so many levels. I've told Eric this to his face. I'm like, bro, like, every time I hear DaBaby say anything, it sounds like some shit you would say. No.
Nah.
Alright.
I don't know. Nah. Maybe I don't know enough about DaBaby. I don't think I would compare him to Eric.
Two piece in a pod, straight up, bro. Like,
Maybe.
I don't know.
You probably have a better understanding of both of these. Both of these
both of the people we're comparing in the battle of the babies.
DaBaby battle.
I needed some shit with some pop in it. I have DaBaby songs in Fortnite as dances. Like, DaBaby's gotten to that. Like, he fucking has performed at like every award show recently. I'm really surprised you haven't come across anything DaBaby.
I probably have. I probably just don't know.
He had the Jabberwockies in like 2 of his videos.
Yeah,
I
he was
don't-
on one of those Lizzo songs.
He was on a fucking Megan Thee Stallion song.
Okay, maybe I would know that.
I can't.
I don't know, dude.
All
I
right,
don't
fuck
watch
it, fuck
no
it, fuck it,
awards.
Look,
fuck
look,
it.
Chris,
This
when
is
it's
not.
done, when it's done with the podcast. Just
Y'all
listen
just
to
send me
the
some
first
damn
5
links
seconds
of what I
of Bob.
apparently
We
You
got.
listen to.
Look, if me sending you links right now wouldn't get us DCMA'd, I would send you links right the fuck now. But because I'm running this stream, I'm not gonna risk that. And we're gonna talk about Apex Legends Season 9 being confirmed to have more Titanfall content in it than any Apex Legends season thus far, and I'm fucking stoked. Like, I've really been fucking with the last 2 seasons of Apex, like, severely. But, as you guys all know, Titanfall 2 is my shit. And if they're gonna mobilize the Apex Legends audience towards a potential Titanfall 3, I'm with it. I am here for that. That is big energy, big mood. Because Titanfall, it's just Titanfall 1, shaky. I'll give you that.
Actually, Titanfall 1, if it had an actual single player, it would have been lit. Titanfall 2
True.
added a single player. One
Well-
of the best FPS single players I've played in a minute. Like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Titanfall 1 had the fact that Titanfall 2's multiplayer just built on what Titanfall 1's multiplayer was. Like, I played the Xbox 360 version of Titanfall 1. I didn't have an Xbox One back then. I wasn't about to get an Xbox One just to play Titanfall, you know? Like, there was nothing else that was appealing to me on the Xbox at that point in time. Like, there was no Halo. There was no promise of a new Halo. There was no new Gears. There was nothing in that early period of the Xbox that appealed to me except for Titanfall. And so I got the Xbox 360 version, and you know, it was pretty decent. Like, Titanfall 1, for what it was, like a multiplayer only, like it had new innovative ideas that when they built upon those for Titanfall 2, the Titanfall 2 multiplayer was fucking amazing. Like, everybody talks about the campaign, and while the campaign was great, Titanfall 2 multiplayer was also, like, better than the Call of Duty that year by fucking leaps and bounds. It was better than the Battlefield that year by leaps and bounds. Like, it was a solid ass multiplayer first-person shooter with great kinetic movement, with good weapons. Like, the fact that they took the majority of the weapons from Titanfall 2's multiplayer and just dropped them into Apex shows that
Let's fucking go.
these guns hit different.
Yeah. And there's still more for them to drop in this game. So,
And also, like, let's
The
just
world's
be
wide
100
open.
here. Let's just be 100 here. Apex has some of the best movements in an FPS. Like,
Yeah.
the movement in that game is really, really
And a
good.
lot of it
And I
came
see that
straight out of
Titanfall
Titanfall.
grappling hook back.
And that's the thing. So we don't know who they're going to announce as the new legend. There are rumors that Forge is going to come back as the new legend for Season 9. And Forge is related with Hammond Industries, and Hammond Industries played a way bigger part in Titanfall 1 and 2 than they do in Apex. They're kind of like a...
I don't think Forge is gonna come back.
Whatever they do, they release that like animated
'Cause-
short about Bangalore's knife being a data knife that's used by pilots in Titanfall, and they've
Right.
had Wraith be like, "Yeah, I was a pilot. Maybe I can help you figure this out." The breadcrumbs they're dropping about
And apparently that was her brother's knife, and you know she was real defensive of it. And
Yeah.
Ray was like, "Oh no,
it could be
she's like,
Bangalore's
"No,
brother.
not you specifically." So
Yeah, I mean, we've been getting breadcrumbs as far as Titanfall stuff literally since the beginning of Apex. The fact that Apex Legends is based on the Apex Predators, which was a faction in Titanfall 2, like, I'm excited. Like, I was already in for Season 9. Like, I've fucked with Season 7 hardcore, completed the Battle Pass, did everything. I've been fucking with Season 8, have completed the Battle Pass, am ready to go. Season 9, if it has Titanfall content, like,
right.
every time Respawn announces anything, I'm like, please, Titanfall 3. Fucking please. Because...
Oh, a Titanfall 3 would fucking hit right now.
Oh my! It would hit at any point, at any fucking given time. They could drop Titanfall 3 and I'd put down everything because Titanfall is fucking amazing. If you haven't
I
played
feel like at
Titanfall
this
2,
point, too, a lot more people would be like in from the jump.
yeah,
As
that
opposed to
was part
before.
of the problem with Titanfall 2 is it was coming off of a lot like you had only had the fan base of Titanfall 1, which was a very limited group of people. But if we go into a Titanfall 3 with all the people who over the years have learned that Titanfall 2 is one of the best FPSs of that generation, and all the people who got really into Apex Legends and have familiarized themselves with those guns and those abilities and those characters, if they go into a Titanfall 3 that takes place, because like Apex Legends takes place after Titanfall 2, where they were still, like, Titanfall 2 was, like, the mid to late period of the war, that after that they started up the Apex games to kind of have, like, a entertainment thing going on. But if they pick up Titanfall 3, like, in the Apex era, or even, like, after that, it's just gonna do insane. Like, Respawn, in my opinion, can do no wrong. They're one of the few developers that I just trust. Like, I don't even trust Epic with Fortnite the way I trust Respawn with Apex, if that makes sense.
Mm.
I also feel like part of it is the fact that, like, and this is something I've noticed about the development of Apex that I actually do appreciate, is the fact that they're staying in their lane, really just working on improving and extending the core concept. Like, they're not trying to reinvent itself or do anything too crazy. Like, I didn't play much of last season because I was busy. I know when this season starts, I could just hop in, play Apex, and it's still going to be Apex.
Yeah, I mean, I dropped off of Apex really for like a solid set of seasons. Like, I was gone for a long time, but then I came back, and I've seen all the improvements they've made to the game, even in this season with the heat shields and the respawn beacons and like having that additional thing. And then earlier on in the season where they did the locked and loaded, where they dropped you in with a loadout and kind of they've built a foundation on top of what was already a great game to keep improving. So like,
and their skins keep getting more fire.
yeah, their skins, they do be hitting.
They do be hitting. They also got that fi. Unlike another video game that's dropping literal trash tier skins. I mean,
Oh yeah, we can shit on Overwatch. We can shit
yes!
on... Yeah.
Overwatch,
No, I'm
those
not
new
gonna lie.
skins are ugly as
If it
fuck.
did not hit the Discord, if it wasn't for the chat, if it wasn't for how bad those skins are, I would have never have known.
You
I
wouldn't
would've
have
never
even
even
known.
I mean, I see their I see their
tweet.
tweet.
British is here, Tracer. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, the Brits are here.
I mean, legitimately, Genji is probably the only good skin I've seen from this new event. And Genji,
Yeah.
it's a samurai-based skin, and Genji's a ninja. So it's really just pandering to weebs. And...
Like, look, your samurais, your ninja's a samurai now, huh?
It's the opposite of Ghost of Tsushima? Fuck no. Fuck Blizzard. Fuck Overwatch. I tried to hop on Overwatch the other night because I got on PlayStation, and the only people online who I play with were playing Overwatch, and I hopped in and spectated a match and couldn't even bring myself to play a match. I was like, no, I don't want any parts of this dead-ass game. Like...
Damn.
It's bad. Like, you guys know that I'm usually willing to accept a game for its goods and its bads. But Overwatch has just done so much to tear me down and make me hate it over the past few years that, like, no.
There's only two people who play Overwatch right now. It's one, that's new people who are masochists, and two, it's old people who are also masochists.
Stockholm Syndrome. I swear that everybody who's still playing Overwatch just doesn't realize that Apex is out there, or Fortnite is out there, or any of the, or Call of Duty. Like, honestly, that's the thing.
Literally, Valorant.
Like, if you're on, if you're playing Overwatch on PC, just go play Valorant. No.
Paladins drops new characters.
True.
There's a whole black woman in Paladins. Hell, I think there's two at this point.
There are two in Apex. I'm just saying, anywhere you can play Overwatch, you can play Apex. Yes, they're both first-person shooters. At the end of the day.
No, they're both first-person shooters with hero-class abilities. Like, outside of the fact that we're just here to kill versus payload is the only difference.
Right, so gameplay is different.
No, the gameplay's the same.
I mean, aside from just the basics of killing.
I mean,
is it not
but even
different?
then, it's like
there are people that don't like
that you're using on cooldown. I mean, Apex, you have a variety of guns. Yes, the characters I like a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, the thing
The
about
abilities are a
Overwatch
little bit
is
better.
Overwatch, at the end of the day, had in my opinion, a flawed objective when it came to what the multiplayer game was going to be. Every single time it was 2-point defense, you weren't going to have a good time.
Yeah, that's the thing. They never introduced any new like core modes. Like there's 2-point defense,
Or they didn't just
hybrid,
have a core mode that
move
just
the
worked
payload
consistently.
Yeah, exactly.
Like with Apex, it's like no, it's like hey, pick your character, pick your squad, find a gun.
And then
That's
you
it.
do the
That's all
same
you need.
thing.
But with Overwatch, on
Well,
the other hand, it's like
but you're okay. So you're saying these two Overwatch with two different gameplays is washed out, but Apex has one gameplay.
well,
You just find a gun and then you try to make it to the end. That's why
well,
Yeah.
one
I'm
thing
saying
about
you can't compare those two
Overwatch though
because
is that unlike Apex, one of at minimum one of Overwatch's core gameplay mode is just flawed in such a way that it's just not fun to play. Me specifically talking about to defense. Well, Apex, there's not it's a core gameplay, the foundation of how everything works always works and is always entertaining. I'm not gonna get 2 CP and want to just quit the game.
that's fair.
Yeah. Names that speak fucking terror into somebody.
Hanamura.
Hanamura.
Now arriving at Hanamura.
Oh no, I thought you were about to say
Volskaya.
Horizon. I thought you were
Oh,
about to say Horizon.
I was about to list all them bitches. Because anytime
And you
you,
know
hear
what?
that, it's like,
And
fuck, I don't want to
what do
play.
all they have in common? 2 CP.
Honestly, if it's not the fucking capture the point mode, I really don't want it. I'll do hybrid
Yeah.
maybe, but you know, besides that, I don't want it.
Yeah.
And that depends on that's on a map by map basis.
Yeah, I mean, Overwatch has gotten to the point that there's no reason for you to play it. Like, you could play for these
Yeah.
trash skins. Overwatch 2.
I swear there hasn't been much lore. There hasn't been much fanfare. I don't know what's going on with the meta. Overwatch League is disbanding. Or it's falling apart at the seams. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what their play is. Fucking the skins aren't hitting. Come on, you know you're at your wits end when your skins aren't hitting.
Mm-hmm.
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 They just need to go ahead, roll that bit up and smoke it. Goddamn, put that Overwatch pack up in the fucking air. Get that shit out of here.
What you talking about? You acting like they ain't just about to add more to it.
Add more to
Overwatch 2 is gonna
what?
Be at some point.
They're not adding shit to Overwatch 1.
I'm gonna say this right now. I will be surprised if Blizzard can actually do anything up to Overwatch that will actually make me interested in playing it. I'll be surprised.
Yeah. And I mean, like, the thing is, I'm still... When Overwatch 2 happens, I'm going to put my clown shoes on and fucking play it.
Wait. Are you doing your clown shoes or are you doing reporting for content?
Sure, we'll put it like that. I was going to call myself a dumbass, but, you know.
If you don't want us to call your game dog shit, well, actually, it's the Overwatch 2. No. I was gonna say it's free, but only multiplayer.
Right, yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to...
If you don't want us to call your game dog shit, no, I'm not even gonna say that, because if we get into this dog shit, we're gonna say, hey, this is fucking dog shit. So, never mind.
I'm going to try and get us to the point that we're getting that game for free. Like, speaking of which, Pop Agenda, send me a code for Cozy Grove. Looking at you guys, really trying to check that game out for content purposes. But yeah, I'll check out Overwatch 2 for personal satisfaction, and like if
I can watch the cutscenes on YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah, if I get that game and I still feel nothing for the Overwatch franchise, then we'll know it's just dead.
It's the thing about Overwatch is Overwatch feels just like another one of those live service games that just got abandoned at some point. Like
one of those live service games that's barely alive. Yeah.
That just got abandoned. And I think part of it is the fact that, like, you know, they didn't have a clear plan with the lore. Just the fact that most of the lore already got retconned is already just fucking nightmare. Game's just a mess. Game's just a fucking mess.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, we've been going for over an hour. I just want to do a quick check-in with what everybody's been playing, because I've actually played some like unique, interesting things this week. So I played Yakuza Like a Dragon for a few more hours this week.
Hey, yak.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Like for Ichiban to be just such a pure, wholesome like JRPG protagonist, I really highly recommend this game to you guys. You guys like Persona. If you like Persona, you will like Yakuza Like a Dragon on a combat level, and just Ichiban is one of the greatest pro tags I've played it in any game for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then it
the key factor is he has an actual personality. Like,
yeah,
having silent, project yourself onto a protagonist, it has its benefits, but at the same time, just being able to like follow the story and the lore of this person and to see the type of shit they go through.
Yeah, and I mean
And how they feel about it, you actually know how they feel.
Yeah. Like, Ichiban is a extremely strong... Like, all of the characters I've encountered have been really strong characters. Like, I haven't met anybody yet that I'm just like, oh, fuck them and their motivations. I legitimately am starting to care about my party members. I legitimately... And then, like, the fact that I don't feel like enough people talk about how the JRPG aspect is. It seems like it's like, it's a Yakuza game and it has JRPG elements. Like, the battle system has the complexity that you want out of a turn-based JRPG to make it interesting. And it's fluid enough, like, of how everything plays out. And, like, because it's in a Yakuza setting, like, the battles play out in a way that's interesting, in a way that a lot of turn-based JRPGs just don't have. Like, somebody got hit by a car in the most recent street fight that I had, and I got a trophy for that. Like, the game's just overall, if you like Japanese culture, if you like JRPGs, if you like if you've played a Yakuza game before and you were kind of hesitant about it going into this new style of Yakuza, I have nothing bad to say about this game. And as it's one of the few like current gen PS5 games that I've been playing that has had me come back time and time again to just like exist in that world. So, yeah, and it has next-gen versions. So, if you want to look at that, it looks really good. I watched gameplay captured on PS4 and Xbox One, and it looks good there. But if you playing it on PS5, and I'm assuming Xbox Series X looks just as good, it's a great game. And it's available on PC. So, if you want to, run it like that. It's had some considerable sales in recent history. I'd say, unless you know you're into it, wait on the sale. Like, it was something that I knew that I was into, and so I bought it at full price. But if you are kind of like trying to sit on your pennies and save some coin, get it on sale, and it's just a really good game, and it looks like it has a lot of content. Like, I haven't even gotten to the management sim, and I'm already like about to be in chapter 5 of the game, so I'm making significant progress, really enjoying the way the story's been going, really enjoy the characters, enjoy the world. Yeah, no complaints whatsoever for me about Yakuza. So Chris, what you been on recently?
I've actually been chilling out, turned on my 3DS and played a DS game called Soul Silver.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I just kind of got the I don't know, the fucking feeling that the itch to want to fight Red again. So
do you have a save file where you can do that?
That Red fight is probably your favorite boss fight in gaming, isn't it?
Yeah, that Red fight is one of my favorite, the top 5 boss fights. in gaming, and I'm at the Elite Four now in Soul Silver.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I gotta go through Kanto, but other than that, I'm about to skirt through that. And
Yeah,
then go fire Red.
I've been meaning to fire up my 3DS just because the 3DS is such a good piece of hardware. Like, I've been meaning to fire it up, and I need to beat Alpha Sapphire because honestly, like, with
that's next for me. I bought Alpha Sapphire, so I was like, I want to go through Soul Silver, and then I want to go through Gen 3.
Yeah, Gen 3,
I've
best
never
gen.
played the remake of Gen 3, so that's gonna be a little treat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But that's about it. I haven't played 14 really. I don't know. I kind of just took a break, been relaxing, played some Pokemon.
Yeah. All right, Jalen, what you been on this last week?
Well, funny enough, I have also turned on my 3DS to
Hey,
play Shin Megami Tensei 4 again.
because you want to
because-
smoke.
I just want I want the 3 remake to come out, and I want 5 to come out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think once I finish with this, though, I'm going to do what I got to do on my PS3 to get Digital Devil Saga going. Cause I just want to play like really good I just want to play Shin Megami Tensei games right now.
Mhm.
Also, the 3DS makes it so that I have it with me.
At all times.
It's just so convenient.
Wait? So 3 is on the 3DS?
No. The 3 remake is coming
Yeah.
out in like...
The 3 remake.
I know that, but you were saying you're playing Shin Megami Tensei.
I'm playing 4.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, 4 is on 3DS. And 4 is one that we need a remake of on Switch or a remaster or
I'm
something.
going to tell you this right now. All
We just need
the
a
SCT games that were on 3DS need to be on Switch. Devil's Soul Survivor 1 and 2, those games are amazing. Those games are so good. If you ever wanted a little bit of Fire Emblem in your Shin Megami Tensei,
We're looking at you, Madrid.
Yeah, I was like, wait, was that the name of it?
I mean, I'm still waiting on a good
I watched the
sale.
anime. I watched the anime for one of them.
I'm waiting on a sale on Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Digital
'cause I still
Devil
want to
Saga?
play that.
No, is that no?
All right.
yeah,
I love head ass JRPG names. I love it.
right.
The harder it is to remember it, the better.
All right. So, Madrid, what you been on this week?
Yeah, damn it, Anton, you know what I've been on. I've been on fucking Monster Hunter because I'm a monster. That
Yeah.
game is fucking.
You
That
haven't
game
taken a
is-
break for anything? I feel like everybody's taken at least a small break to try something. No?
Mhm. I haven't been playing as many video games as usual, and if I do, it's Monster Hunter, which is a considerable amount. You know,
Yeah. It is a
So,
time sink.
it
Like,
eats up time for everything else.
I meant to play some Yakuza today before I came on the podcast, but I hopped on Monster Hunter and played it in front of the podcast, Mr. Avematic, and
Yo, shouts
time
out to Abe.
legitimately
Hell,
just melted away.
I was about to play Strikers last night, but I'm like, if I play this, I'm gonna be up for another 3 hours just because I'm just gonna be reading, fucking, reading text. So I was like, all right, instead, let me sit down and upload this episode of 3-Piece Set. Check that out, 3-Piece Set podcast. With our latest episode, we talk about clarity and things like of that nature. But besides that, I sat down and read manga. I don't think I turned on my Switch yesterday, and any PlayStation game I was about to play, I opted out. I was
Okay.
gonna play Apex with y'all, but isn't there a rumored Apex glitch
Yeah,
that
it
deletes
seems.
your progress?
Hopefully that'll be fixed by the time this comes out. But yeah, Apex had a thing that people have lost heirloom weapons because on PlayStation because there's been a bug that might just straight up eat your progress if you play that game. Monster Hunter had a similar glitch, but that's already been patched out now.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, and
If
you.
if I lost my world progress,
it
I'd
was
just
Rise.
never play it again. Rise?
Yeah, it was a Rise thing, and you had to do some real head ass like. You had to do something that none of us would have done to make it eat your progress. So.
Okay, I was gonna say at this point I would replay it.
Yeah, I would too. I would too.
That's what I've been on.
All right. Well, unless anybody has a one more thing. Check. No. All right. Remember, you can follow us all collectively around the internet. CheesyControllerPodcast.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Anton6 at 3X's. You can follow Chris.
Chef and Chris.
Jalen.
Squid Bishop.
Madrid.
3P said Pod or Speedwagon X. Also, Netflix. Quit putting fucking anime in prison. That shit's not cool.
Right.
It doesn't need to reform.
Really
All
bad.
you have to do
Really bad.
is drop that shit weekly. Subbed. And then, when you finally have the fucking dub done, drop that shit all at once and call it a goddamn day. Everybody
really
wins.
Stop putting fucking everything in prison.
The waiters
I haven't
who
seen
watch
Beastars
Sub win.
Season 2.
The fucking dub bingers, they also win, and you get the best of both worlds. Cause I want to watch Shaman King right now.
Right. Here
I bought this Shaman King Volume 1 through 3 compendium thing that they did. Like, they've been releasing Shaman King in 3-volume chunks, and so I'm really at the point that I'm about to just sit here and read Shaman King in my spare time because
I'm gonna say it was a good read. I had a great time reading it.
yeah, but my thing, I'm going to read 1 through 3, like, probably tomorrow. No shit. But, because it came in today, and today was just kind of a busy day. Or, no, it came in yesterday with Chainsaw Man and, My Hero. But today was a busy day. Got my Monster Hunter Pro controller, had to go get my Palamute amiibo, but yeah. Shaman King 1 through 3, I'm going to read those, and then I'm waiting for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, you know? And I don't know how long the Shaman King manga is, but at the clip that they're putting out these 3-in-1s, and the fact that the manga's already over for it, yeah, it seems like about once a month for the rest of the year I'm going to be reading 3 volumes of Shaman King. Which I'm cool with. Until we get the anime. And I'll be ahead of the anime, so I won't have to sweat it.
Yeah.
Give me Beastars Season 2. Something. Fucking something, Netflix.
That's just been.
Something.
I'm pretty sure this season's over.
Right? Like Netflix, come on, stop. Stop.
I'm pretty sure it
Stop.
ended a while
Right.
ago. Just fucking stop, bro.
Alright. This has been a Know It's Good production. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. The audio version is edited by Akumasanti. Hopefully soon we'll be going back to Dead End Studios. And until next time, keep it cheesy.